Aloha! Welcome to this Noya Center Guide on Writing Concisely. This workshop will cover what problems wordy writing can cause and tips and tricks to make your writing clearer and more powerful. So let's get started. In this video, we will go over understanding the problems wordy writing can cause, 3 strategies for reducing wordy writing, putting together everything we learned by taking a wordy sentence and making it concise, and finally, we'll end with how to apply the techniques learned in this video to your own writing. There will be opportunities to practice your skills throughout this video. When directed, please complete the questions on the Google form quiz below. Moving on to our first topic, which is understanding the problems of wordy writing. Wordy writing can complicate your sentences unnecessarily, cloud your ideas, be repetitive and say the same thing over and over, and finally, be less engaging and lose readers' attention. Let's take a look at a few examples. This is our first example of a wordy sentence. Our main goal is to raise funds by the way of donations in order to fund the works of these nonprofits. Do you see how this sentence goes on and it's hard to tell what the main idea is? This sentence is also 21 words in total. Instead, this is a more concise version of the sentence. Our main goal is to raise funds through donations to fund these nonprofits. See how this sentence is much shorter and easier to understand? This sentence is also only 13 words. For example 2, this is another wordy sentence. While I was in college, learning how to solve equations, I found it really challenging throughout all of my 4 years. However, this sentence is much more concise. I found it challenging to learn to solve equations throughout college. Now that you've seen a few examples of wordy versus concise sentences, it's time to practice. Please pause this video and answer question 1 on the quiz. Welcome back. Now that we understand how wordy writing can be problematic, let's go over ways wordiness tends to creep into our writing. A common reason we may be tempted to use wordy writing is to add fluff to hit a certain word count. Filler words are words or phrases that are repetitive or don't add meaning to a sentence. We can sometimes use filler words as crutches when we don't know what to write. Complex sentence structure can also lengthen word count. And using multiple vague or weak words instead of a single specific word can also make our sentences wordy. Now we know how wordiness is a problem and ways it tends to creep in, let's explore some strategies to reduce wordy writing in our papers. The first strategy for wordy writing is to reduce and delete filler words and phrases, which are the words and phrases that are repetitive and don't add meaning to the sentence. Here are a few examples. A large number of, at an early time, compare and contrast, at this point in time, end result, in order to, each and every, despite the fact that, has the opportunity to, in a case in which, personal opinion. Now it's your turn to practice identifying filler words. Please pause this video and answer questions 2 and 3. Now moving on, the second strategy for wordy writing is to simplify your sentence structure. Simple sentences don't include dependent clauses, which are the clauses that don't form a complete sentence on their own. Therefore, simple sentences are often the clearest and shortest. Let's take a look at an example. This is a simple sentence. Christina drank her morning coffee. This is a complex sentence that includes a dependent clause in the beginning. After she woke up and brushed her teeth, Christina drank her morning coffee. However, while this is a good tip for writing clearly, you still want to avoid making every sentence in your writing a simple sentence. This can get repetitive and boring for readers. A good strategy is to review your draft looking for complex sentences. If there is too many, try turning some of them into simple sentences. But always read through your draft again to ensure everything sounds good together. Let's practice determining the difference between simple and complex sentences. Please pause this video and answer question 4 on the quiz. The third and final strategy that we'll be covering is to use powerful specific words. The reason for this is that conveying ideas with fewer specific words wastes less space and energy than using several small and ambiguous words to express the same idea. Generally, using specific words will help you write more concisely. Let's take a look at an example. This sentence on the left contains many weak words. Our website has made available many of the things you can use for making a decision on the best dentist. The sentence on the right contains fewer but more specific words. Our website presents criteria for determining the best dentist. Notice how the red highlight has made available, which is 3 words, got changed into presents. The blue, many of the things you can use, got changed to criteria, and the yellow, for making a decision on, got changed to for determining, and the overall word count went from 20 words to 9. See how the sentence with specific words is much clearer and more concise? Now it's your turn to practice replacing weak words with specific words. Please pause this video and answer question 5 on the quiz. The time has come to put together all of the skills we've learned. Let's take a 30-word sentence and make it as concise as possible without losing any information. The sentence is, as a commerce graduate student, they can use the things that they have learned during their time in college and throughout their coursework and apply it to the real world. Step 1 is to find and delete filler words, which are can, that they have, and their time in this sentence. What we're left with is, as a commerce graduate student, they use the things learned during college and throughout their coursework and apply it to the real world. And just by doing that, we've cut 7 words. Step 2 is to simplify the sentence structure. So we've turned this sentence from complex to simple. Now the sentence reads, a commerce graduate student uses the things learned during college and throughout coursework to apply to the real world. This cuts 4 more words, and now the sentence is 19 words in total. Step 3 is to replace weak words with specific, powerful words. For this sentence, we can replace the phrase uses the things learned with leverages knowledge acquired. This also cuts out 1 word. The final sentence is, a commerce graduate student leverages knowledge acquired during college and throughout coursework to apply to the real world. This final sentence is 18 words, which is much clearer and shorter than the 30 words we started with. Now that you've seen a demonstration on how to make a wordy sentence concise, please pause this video and answer questions 6 and 7 on the quiz, as well as the reflection questions 8 through 11. Question 6 won't be graded, but it's an opportunity to practice rewriting wordy sentences. If you're completing this workshop for course credit, your instructor may review your responses as well. Welcome back, and great job with completing the quiz. Now that we know how wordy writing can cloud your point and be confusing, as well as the strategies for it, here's how to apply today's tips to your own writing. First, you can go through your paper sentence by sentence and look for filler words to delete. If you notice that you use the same word or phrase often, you can use the Find tool, available in many word processors, to search for your crutch word. Secondly, if you notice that you use a lot of complex sentences, try simplifying your sentence structure for some of your complex sentences. Thirdly, look for vague, weak words that can be replaced by more powerful, specific words. One thing to note is that when you're writing your first draft, you don't need to worry so much about wordy writing. The main focus of drafting is to get words onto the page. But when you're editing and revising, it's a good time to implement the strategies covered in this video. And finally, it's always a good idea to carefully proofread your paper after making any changes to see how everything sounds together. And that concludes this workshop. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope this workshop has been helpful. For more video workshops or to schedule a tutoring appointment, visit our website at westoahu.hoonuit.edu. hawaii.edu/noyacenter for more information. Mahalo!